Uday, so much. And this is a mind, body, soul workshop. I must congratulate Dr. Pia Balani. I must congratulate all the office bearers of the PCOS Society, including Madam Durusha, Dr. Madhuri Patel, Uday, and everybody here for this excellent multidisciplinary workshop which we have initiated. And the whole concept is healthy, full living, conquering PCOS for the next generation. And obviously, we are all, different as Asian Indians living in India. We have this whole Pandora's box of PCOS, but it needs to take care of the mind, take care of the skin, take care of the body, take care of the diet, healthy living, and obviously, healthful living can actually reverse PCOS. We as Indians are very different because we love our food and we are very sedentary. So we are thin fat Indians. We have more fat, less muscle. We don't have muscle mass, so we are sarcopenic. We have a lot of abdominal obesity. Is it genetic? Probably yes. Is it environmental? Absolutely yes. The two key words which can reverse PCOS in healthful living is we are very sedentary, and we are very affluent. And with sedentarism and affluenza, actually we have actually built a phenotype of insulin resistance. And PCOS is nothing but a multi-cluster, multi-speciality disease now, which has come up. It's actually a syndromic diagnosis. We have many phenotypes. So this is typically what leads to PCOS. It's actually for the same BMI, different body compositions. We are replacing a lot of our lean mass with a lot of body fat, and that's really the switch which has occurred. So as Indians, or Asian Indians, we're living within India or outside India, we have less muscle and a lot of insulin resistance. As I said, more fat, less muscle mass, a lot of mitochondrial issues which lead to really insulin resistance and androgen excess. And what we are doing as a team in multiple specialties, which you're going to learn from psychiatrists and mental health professionals, from physiotherapists and activity specialists, and then our OB/GYN specialists, and of course, the nutritional specialists. And obviously, we have partner associations with the PCOS Society of the Bombay Psychiatric Society and the Indian Dietetic Association Mumbai chapter. So obviously, we need to understand that we need to handle insulin resistance and androgen excess as a team. But we need to understand basics of healthful living. And this is a very old slide published in the Lancet by Franz Hallberg, late Franz Hallberg, who has a center of chronobiology at the Hallberg Center of Chronobiology at University of Minnesota. And in 1973, he published this data. And in 1976, he published mortality outcomes. It's a very simple paper. If you have only breakfast or if you have only dinner. And then he looked at outcomes in terms of mortality outcomes. If you have a large breakfast and skip dinner, you actually lose weight and live longer. And if you skip breakfast and eat a large dinner, you actually live shorter. You have a shortened lifespan, and actually you have a weight gain, which translates into insulin resistance. So obviously, it's all about metabolism, and metabolism is not easy. It's very, very complex, and each individual is very different, and it changes over a period of time. And then you get an intractable disease, whether it's insulin resistance of the ovaries or whether it's androgen excess due to a switch in the endocrine axis, is something which we all know. And obviously now we need to understand why are we having this workshop. This workshop is to teach some skills which are self-learning skills, to resurrect metabolism, to resurrect the cause and effect relationship between insulin resistance, healthful living, and mindfulness, eating habits, physical activity habits. Because if we do that appropriately, and if we have a healthful, appropriate behavior, we actually can change outcomes and we can reverse a chronic disease like PCOS. So clearly, we can study these health signals. We can have signals of the mind, which are called as happy signals. And we have causal signals, which also include treatment signals. And therefore, we can actually have precision nutrition with activity and sleep. We can have precision treatments, and we can have coaches now. You see, the mind coach, the diet coach, the activity coach are as important or probably more important than just a dog treating a condition, which may or may not, reverse that easily. But we have an opportunity now because we can actually map this with the help of artificial intelligence. We can actually synthesize and crystallize, but it's all about lifestyle. And obviously, we are in a world of precision. We know that when we look at precision treatment, we can pick up stuff, we can do a lot of machine learning, and we can adapt it. And we have databases of nutrition. But we are born in times of plenty where our body engines are running in a famine mode. As Indians, we were, adapted to famine. And therefore, we always conserved a lot of fat. And therefore, we need to be active. We need to eat healthy. We need to build some strong muscle. We need to have some efficient mitochondria. And for that, we need to really have a prevention mantra. And I think that prevention mantra is this workshop. This workshop through domain experts in each field of, of health of the mind, the health of the skin, for image, because image is as important as the mind. And if you have the right image and the right mind, then it is what you eat. And then, of course, what activity you do, which will ultimately lead to a biological construct of healthy living or disease living. And therefore, if you eat less, if you eat on time, if you eat slowly, if you eat in the morning, if we really are able to do a lot of physical activity and eat right, we are able to do some yoga, which integrates into that, which I'm very happy is a part of this meeting. We need to sleep well and sleep on time and smile. We can make a difference. So I'm certain that what you listen in the next 4 hours, you will learn, and what you will learn, you will adapt, because it's very, very crucial. I have a single take-home message in this unusual, uncertain times, which we are all stuck digitally at different places. And that is that all of you all, I wish a good sleep. Okay, there is very good global data to suggest that we need at least 7 hours of sleep. Too much of sleep is not good. Too little is not good. If you sleep less than 5 hours, you're likely to die faster. If you sleep more than 10 hours, you're likely to die faster. That data is now clear cut. In fact, just day before yesterday, WHO released the physical activity guidelines, and very clear data now to suggest that we need to sleep for 7 hours. Even the chronobiology of timing of sleep is now constructed. If you sleep at 10 p.m. and get up at 5 a.m., that's the right time to sleep. For Asian Indians, I'm talking. Because that, between 10 and 11 at night, we make the best anti-inflammatory cytokines like IL-8, IL-10, and they can actually be even antiviral. And we need to sleep on time. And my only suggestion is we are all addicted to a screen, of the computer, of the telephone, of the television set, but it's important to do digital detox and engage into some hobby. I'm so grateful to Dr. Durusha, who comes on with so much of innovation. I think she is the founder of our society, and with the help of Madhuri and Pia, they have put out this wonderful program. And all I had to do is just do a curtain raiser so that we can listen to all you domain experts and see what skills you get on the table. We can learn and adapt so that we can help people living with PCOS and give them a better quality of life. And maybe we can even reverse it. I see an opportunity in a healthy full living, an opportunity for reversal, for longevity, for happiness. And I wish all of you all a very happy 4 hours and a very interactive learning 4 hours. And thank you for all your wisdom, which you will impart, because eventually the center of our universe are our patients, for whom we are here to serve and share knowledge. Thank you so much for the opportunity given, Pia. I know it was last minute, but I think this is all I had to say. And thank you so much, Madam Durusha and Dr. Madhuri Patil. Thank you.